بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. So the first rule that we're going to take, the first page that you'll see is there are 29 Arabic letters. So there's 29 letters in the Arabic alphabet. How many letters are in the Arabic alphabet? 29. Okay. We're not going to go through all 29 right now. We're going to go through them in parts. Okay? Each lesson will take a bit until we take all 29 letters. So right now we're just going to focus on what's known as makharij wa sifat. Makharij is where the letter is pronounced from. Whereabouts? Is it the lips? Is it the teeth? Where is it? Okay? And sifat is the way that you say it. Now I'm not going to make this technical. I'm not going to give you technical words or anything. I'm just going to show you how it's pronounced, and that's it. And one thing with the Quran, the most important thing with the Quran is not necessarily the technical side. It's about practice. So the explanation is only 2-3 minutes. But then you have to practice and practice and practice. Ibn al-Jazari, who's known as the Imam in Tajweed, he says, وَلَيْسَ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَ تَرْكِهِ إِلَّا رِيَاضَةُ امْرِئٍ بِفَقِهِ. There's nothing between a person and him perfecting the recitation of the Quran إِلَّا رِيَاضَةُ امْرِئٍ بِفَقِهِ, except the practice of the tongue. That's all it is. You practice, you practice, you practice, you practice, you read to a teacher, it corrects you, you go back, you learn it, you practice again, you're reading, that's how you're going to perfect it. If you're just going to read for 5 minutes, listen to the 5-minute tajweed rule, and that's it, don't practice it, you're not going to learn. I'm telling you now, you're not going to learn. Okay? So instead of wasting your time and just listening to the 5 minutes and not practicing, I'm telling you from now, one rule a day, then just use that whole week that you have. The whole week, it's only once a week, right? It's Sundays. Use the whole week, just try to implement that rule. That's it. I'm not telling you to. The other rules we're going to ignore for now. If you make a mistake in the other rules, I'm not going to focus on them too much. Okay? Just on the ones that we take. So from these 29 Arabic letters, we have, on the other side of the book, there are 7 heavy letters. That's what we're going to focus on. Just 7 heavy letters. So theoretically, when I ask you guys next week, how many heavy letters are there? You're going to say 7. And I'm going to ask you, what are the 7 heavy letters? And you're going to say these 7. That's theoretically. Practical side, I'm going to say to you, right, you pronounce this letter, you pronounce this letter, and keep practicing, and you should be able to say these 7 letters, alright? So these 7 letters, they're known as heavy letters, okay? And I'll explain the difference between heavy letters, and you'll understand as we go along. Now the first one, it's actually a mistake, we need to change it. It's not ha, it's kha. Yeah, we've missed a dot on that one. So Naeem, make sure you change that, inshallah. Those that have the physical copy, just draw a dot on top of the ha. Just draw a dot on the top of the ha. The first letter is kha. The first letter is kha. This one, a lot of people make mistake. They say it like ha. There should be like that sound. If you want to know how to say that letter, just put a sukoon on that letter. Say like and stop on that letter. That's how you know. It's like at the back, at the top of the mouth, right? And so that's where it's from. So I don't want to hear That's ha. That's a different letter. I want to hear And the second thing is that it's heavy or fat or whatever you want to call it, right? Meaning I want to hear kha. I don't want to hear kha. That's light. That's what we call light. Kha. I want to hear kha, like heavy, strong. Kha. So Allah says khalidina fiha. He doesn't say khalidina fiha. Khalidina. Yeah. So that's the first letter, which is kha. The second letter is sad. Sad. It's not sad. That's a scene. That's a S. Scene. We're gonna take that later. Sad. Again, full mouth. Yeah. So ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. I don't want to ihdina as-sira. No. Ihdina. So it has to be full mouth. Sa, not sa. Sa. That's the second. The third is dad. Okay, I don't want to hear dad. That's a dal. That's coming later. I don't want to hear wala dalin. Wala da. Okay? So, in the dad, what happens is, you can use any side normally. What's easier for most people is to use the left side of the tongue and just make it touch the teeth on the left and cover those teeth on the left. Say, and lift it a bit. Dad. Okay? Dad. Wala da. I don't want to hear wala dalin. Wala dalin. Okay? Then we have the letter ghain. And don't worry, more examples of different words and so on, they're going to come. We've got a couple here, we'll read them in a second. And also, when you recite Quran, we'll pick out. We'll say this word, this word, this word. We'll pick it out, inshallah. Right now, just understand. Next is ghayn, ghayn. So this again is similar to kha, just a little bit different. The kha, ghayn. Ghayn is a little bit in front. This is also full mouth. I don't want to hear mag, غير المغضوب. No. غير المغ, غير المغضوب, غير المغضوب. Okay? Then we have ta. No, I don't want to hear toing, that's Urdu, yeah? Toing, that's Urdu. Ta, ta. Your tongue should go to the top and cover the palate at the top. Ta, ta. And by the way, in all of these letters, don't move your lips. So, I don't want to hear twa, twa, because what happens? A wow sound comes. If I say twa, wa, that's a wow, yeah? So, without moving the lips. Same with sad and dad as well. Okay, that's ta. Then we have qaf, qaf, just before the kha, and again it's full mouth, right? So I don't want to hear kaf. That's kaf. That's a different letter. This is qaf, qaf, yeah. And there's a big difference between the two. If I say kalb and then if I say qalb, big difference. Kalb means dog. If I say qalb, that means heart. So you want to talk about the heart and you're saying dog, yeah. There's a big difference between the two. And the last one is the. The tongue comes out a little bit. Okay. The. Okay. So, la'natullahi ala al-zalimin. Not ala al-zalimin or zalimin or anything that. Ala al-zalimin. It has to be full mouth. Okay. So these are 7 heavy letters. Right now, practice them with one another. At home as well, inshallah. Learn them. And every time you read, try to pick them up. Oh, here's a kha. How should I read it? Right, should be full mouth. Khalidina fiha, and so on. We've got a few examples here. The first one is ghadiba. The ghain is full mouth. Dad is full mouth. Is ba full mouth or is ba heavy? Ba is not heavy, right? If I say full mouth, it means the same as heavy, alright? So ghadiba, ghadiba. Not gadiba or anything like that. Ghadiba. Okay. The word as-samad, how many full mouth letters in here?
7.
Just one. Which letter?
Sad.
Sad. As-samadu. As-samadu. So I don't want to hear sin. As-samadu. As-samadu. And last one, zahirun. How many full mouth letters? Or heavy letters?
2.
For now one. There's another one we'll take in a couple of lessons, inshallah. Just one. So zahirun. Zahirun. Okay, so these are 7 heavy letters. Keep practicing them, inshallah. And right now we're going to do this group recital where I recite an ayah and you guys repeat, and we'll try to focus on these 7 letters. So these are the 7 heavy letters. Subhanakallah wa hamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.